All right, what's up, guys? All right, I think we got Callie coming in. I'm about to send him a message now. So give me 1 second, and we're going to get started here shortly, guys. Just give me a minute. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Give me 1 second. All right. So if you guys can just share the show, share the stream, let people know that we're live, and we're going to get started here shortly. Um, I'm waiting on Callie. I had another good day yesterday. Uh, I'm keeping it very simple with my VIP right now. My plays that I give out for free, I do have tickets on them because I do bet them. But they're small bets, so it's nothing serious. I've been just hammering one play a day. Like I give out one or two plays in VIP and I hammer them. So that's how I've been doing it the last 3 or 4 days, and we have not missed one yet. So I'm right back to where I was after that horrible, horrible day I had a few days ago. Um, I mean, seriously, just what a bounce back, man. What a fucking bounce back, and I needed it too. So, pretty happy right now. Hopefully we keep seeing the board well. So my last couple weekends were awful. I mean, my last 3 weekends have been just goddamn awful. And it's not that I'm giving out bad plays because I'm not. Like on the show and everything, we're doing good. It's me picking them plays to bet. The ones that I pick are the wrong ones. Um, so that's just how it's been with me on the weekend. So I'm betting soccer today. I got a couple college football games I want to have a little bit of money on. And then we're going to probably tear into some college basketball later on this evening. I don't really like the early slate in college basketball. I like the later slate a lot more. So just to keep you guys up to date on where I'm at and what I'm doing, and how I'm betting, because it is important when you guys are taking picks from me to know how I am or how I'm doing. If I was taking picks from someone, I would like to know, like, how they're rolling. So that's why I give you guys a recap every day. So Callie gave us that Miami, Ohio game yesterday. That smacked. So shout out to Callie on that one. I bet that game myself. The Raiders. I mean, do you guys even want to talk about it? I mean, seriously, do you guys even want to talk about it? Because I mean, what happened? What happened? Like it makes no sense to me. I mean, I kind of get it. I seen the tap. You know what I mean? I seen the tap for him to, I guess, to be like okay, but I mean, I'm not no coach, or I'm not a football player, or nothing like that. I'm certainly not a professional uh anything when it comes to football. But don't you gotta wait for the QB? Like, don't you gotta wait to hear the QB say something? Like, doesn't he normally go like hike or kill or what the fuck ever? Like, don't he usually say something to make you snap the ball? I mean, O'Connell wasn't even looking at him. I mean, he was making sure his defense was set up. He wasn't even looking at him. I obviously I'm mad about this. I had the Raiders money line. Um, I I just don't understand it. I really don't. Um, professional football, professional football players. I mean, they're actors, man, and they're really good. Did you see him afterwards? How mad he was? I mean, that was insane, bro. So you don't hear anything, right? You don't hear anything from your quarterback, and you do this multiple times a day. Like even in a game, you hike the ball. You always listen for the quarterback, right? And you just hike the ball just when it's right for you because you got tapped. Because you got tapped on the shoulder, you hike the ball. How does that in what world? In what world does that even make a little sense? I mean, bro, I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it. I would love to hear some of y'all's opinion on that, man. If you guys got any opinions on that, put it in the comments. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I mean, wow. I mean, wow. So basically, what happened was, and I'm not saying it's rigged. I'm really not. I'm not saying it's rigged. But in all reality, you know, the the people there was a lot of money on the Kansas City spread. A lot of money. So the public loses Kansas City, right? They lose the spread, but the NFL gets what they want and Kansas City wins. I mean, it just sounds like the perfect night, right? Kansas City wins. Uh Public loses all their money they bet on the spread for Kansas City. Um, and that was the night. No way in any world should the Raiders and but then again, you also got to think, well, you had to make the kick, right? And I'm sorry. He might not have. He might not have even made the kick. How bad he was. So crazy, 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 crazy outcome. Um, yeah, it was insane. So, Marcus. So what happened was, um, obviously I gave you guys the Raiders. I had the Raiders. I had a money line ticket on the Raiders money line. Came down to the last couple seconds. Raiders were in field goal range. Uh, they snapped the ball early. O'Connell wasn't looking. O'Connell drops the ball. KC grabs the fumble, but it wasn't a fumble. Because let me rephrase that. O'Connell did not even grab the ball. It hit him in the shoulder. So he was looking down at his defensive line. He was looking to make sure everyone was set up. He didn't say a word. Not a word came out of his mouth. Uh Apparently one of the guys next to the guy snapping the ball tapped his shoulder. He hikes the ball. It bounces off O'Connor's shoulder, and Chiefs recover a fumble. So you hike the ball without hearing your quarterback set in any kind of play action or anything. Nothing. You don't hear hike, nothing. But games on the line, and you just hike the ball when you feel like it. It made no sense, bro. It was the absolute most ridiculous thing I ever seen. It just made no sense. But yeah, man, it was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy if you guys watched that game, man. Pretty crazy. The only reason why I'm super upset about it is obviously I made my money back because of I made enough money off of the Raiders on the plus the points, but God, we could have had the money line too, and that's what pisses me off the most. Like, why? Like, why did that happen? I got to go back and watch the. I got to go back and watch the post game. I got to watch the post game. Media report. All right. Good morning, Marcus. By the way. All right. I have no idea where Callie is. Give me 1 second. I'll go message him again, and then maybe we'll get started. All right, Callie said a few minutes. So yeah. Anyway, last night was a good one. We know these games start at 12 o'clock today. We're gonna. So here's what my plan was, right? Because my mother wants me to help her. She wants me to go over and help her with some Christmas stuff. I need to get out of the attic. So I got to bring down some boxes and stuff like that. So we're gonna do college football on this show, and then I'm probably gonna go live later on today and cover the late college basketball and the NBA. Cause bro, we've been hooping in the NBA. I'm not even kidding. We've been hooping. Last night, my one VIP play I had, and since I'm only doing one VIP play a day now, well, one or two VIP a day now for my clients, I seriously can't give them out on the show, which sucks. It does suck, but it's because I got to keep them. So yesterday we did have Murray for his PRA, and that cash no problem. So that was a really good bet, man. He had 19 at halftime. We were like we were not sweating at all. So it was a good bet. We got that one done. So that was the only VIP play I had yesterday. That was the first day since college basketball started that I didn't have a college basketball bet. Yesterday's college basketball card was so sharp, man. It was so sharp. So I stayed away from it, and I'm glad I did because honestly, some of the college basketball games I like did not work out well at all. So I'm glad I stayed away from yesterday's college basketball card. All right, I'm getting started, y'all. So we're going to get started here. Um, First game on the board we got. Like I said, I'm just doing college football in this one. And then later I'm gonna do a show later for everything else. I'm gonna do a show later for the late college basketball slate. I'm gonna do a show for the NBA as well later on. But still, nonetheless, man, this show is still going to bring you a lot of value. I still am really good in college football, better than a lot of these people that think they're the best out there at it. You know, it's just crazy. But I definitely got some good looks for y'all today. So let's just jump right into it. Um, First game is a great game, might I add. We have Michigan taking on Ohio State, man. This game is like what a way. By the way, we all know it's rivalry week, right? It's rivalry week. I can't say it, man. I can't say it. It's ridiculous. You guys know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to get out. But it is rivalry week, so um there's so many good games on, man. Just so many good games. And this is one of them, right? I mean, this might be the rivalry of the week. I mean, you got Michigan versus Ohio State. I mean, this is college football. Seriously. You know, I can't really think of a better one. If you guys can, man, please put them in the comments. I would like to know a better rivalry game than this one. Um, so you got Michigan getting 20 points speaks volumes, volumes. So Michigan getting 20 points in a game like this. Ohio State laying 20 points, and we got a total of 41 and a half. I mean, first of all, getting 20 points for Michigan in a game like this looks so good because, like I said, this is one of the biggest rivalries on the board this week. Okay. So you're giving me 20 points with Michigan here. It is almost too good. So what we do, we ain't buying it, bro. Ohio State is about to dog walk Michigan. Like I said, this is a huge rivalry, one of the biggest ones, during rivalry week. Michigan just clinched bowl eligibility. They, I believe they did against Northwestern. They beat Northwestern. So now moving them to 6-5. Michigan has a chance right now to Michigan has a chance if they can win this game, right? If Michigan win this game, they have a chance to throw Ohio State off of that Big Ten title game that they're going for, right? That's if they win. They have to win outright. No, it ain't going to work. No one gives a fuck if you covered the spread. Like Michigan has to win outright to throw, any kind of wrench into Ohio State's spokes here. Basically what Michigan is doing is playing spoiler in this game. That's what Michigan is doing. They're playing spoiler in this game, because you could possibly hurt Ohio State's playoffs. You could really, really throw a wrench in them making it to the Big Ten title game. So we know Ohio State just made, I mean, I think it was a huge statement. That Indiana game. I mean, bro, I liked Indiana in that game, and Ohio State just absolutely walked them. They made a huge statement in that game, and I mean, this Ohio State team is for real. Um, so they're now 10-1. They're 6-5 against the spread. It's senior day in Ohio State, right? So let's add that in there. It's senior day. I mean, look, man, just because Michigan had a good offensive performance, does that mean we trust them? I don't, bro. I don't trust them. I don't trust either one of these quarterbacks that Michigan throws out there, at all. Ohio State wins this game. They get that rematch against the Ducks, right, for the Big Ten title. Like Ohio State is not going to come in here and just not take this serious. There's no way, man. And look, we all know that the only thing I could think of that might stop Ohio State, maybe something, and it don't even make sense to me really, but the committee did say that if you lose your conference title game, it doesn't affect you, right? But I mean, yeah, it fucking does. Yes, it does. So it definitely affects you. Ohio State is not going to pump the brakes at all here. Um, no way do I think Ohio State will even not try to blow them out, is what I'm trying to say. No way do I think that Ohio State is going to come in here and just try to make an easy win. I think they put the foot to the gas and just run right through Michigan. This team is way too good, man. This team is way too good, and this line speaks volumes to me. Giving Ohio State laying 20 points like this, man. Yes, it's a lot, and a lot of people are probably going to tell you to take Michigan. I can't, man. I can't. I'm taking Ohio State here. I'm laying the points. All right. All right. I'm just going to keep moving. So we got South Carolina taking on Clemson. South Carolina taking on Clemson. This is a good game, man. This is actually going to be a fire ass game, honestly. We got South Carolina getting 2.5 points. You got Clemson laying 2.5, and we got a total of 48.5 points here. South Carolina is on the road. They're at a plus 114. You got Clemson at a minus 135. I mean, dude, how do you pick a side in this game, right? I'm looking at stats and everything right now here, and I mean, these two teams are just they're awesome. I mean, this is a great game. Clemson versus South Carolina should be an absolute fight. Um, First thing I think of is the over. That's the first thing I think of. Carolina comes into this game. They are 8-3, where they're 8-3 and 8-3 on against the spread as well. So they're 8-3 and 8-3 against the spread as well. And you got let me see. Hold on, my bad, guys. I'm trying to get whatchamacallit stuff. So okay, Clemson. They are 9-2, 9-2, and 5-2 against the spread. So look, man, I like both teams here. I do. I like both teams here. South Carolina really picked up the pace in the last couple weeks. Honestly, they've really changed their whole offense. South Carolina has been rolling the last couple weeks. Clemson, I mean, what else can I say about this offense? We have seen it all year from Clemson, Scott. This offense is for real. Clemson has been beating down teams all year long. And it's not just a little, oh, they won the game. It's like, bitch, they won by like 20, 25 points every time I turn around. Every time I look, Clemson's winning games by ridiculous amounts of points, bro. So this Clemson offense, I'm not too worried about this Clemson's offense. And to be fair, Clemson's defense has been lacking lately. They've been giving up a lot of points to teams. And like I said, South Carolina, they just caught fire, man. They have caught fire in the recent weeks. I'm surprised to see a total this low. I really am. I like the over here, man. I lean Clemson, but it is just a small lean. I think the over is probably the best bet in this game, to be honest with you guys. That's what I'm going to stick with here. I like the over more than anything in this game. Um, I think it's the way to go. All right. You could look at Sanders too. I don't know where his touchdown is, but he's the first guy that comes to mind in this game. Let's go see. Oh fuck no. So Raheem Sanders is a minus 255 for an anytime touchdown. That's what I mean, man. I don't know. Um I don't know the lines like that in college football. But when I look at this game, he's the first guy I think of is Sanders. So all right, let's keep it moving, man. We still got quite a few games I got on the list today. Kansas versus Baylor. You can actually go find this game on my website. I did a write up on this game. Um, you know, this is a good game, man. You guys know I'm a Baylor guy. I like Baylor a lot. Football program, basketball program. I like Baylor a lot. I'm a big Baylor guy, but I can't do it in this one, guys. I can't. So we got Baylor. Hold on. Actually, we got Callie in the building. All right, Callie, what's up, bro?
Yo, happy Saturday.
Yes, sir. Happy Saturday. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, hope everything is good with you guys.
Yeah, man. I was telling them good luck on that. Good looks on that Ohio play yesterday.
Yeah, we were Jaden Daniels fix away from taking that Stanford game too until he decided to go rogue on the entire team.
Yeah. All right. So let me catch you up a little bit here. I gave out. We went over Michigan and Ohio State, which I would love to hear your opinion. I think Ohio State dog walks Michigan in this one. Um, we got South Carolina versus Clemson. I took the over. I have no idea where to go on that game. And then right now we're on Kansas and Baylor. So, do you have anything on Michigan, Ohio State, or South Carolina and Clemson?
I mean, Michigan State to me was an easy layoff. I think that every reason in the world Ohio State should beat the living crap out of Michigan. But again, rivalry weekend, everything to play for, nothing to play for if you're Michigan, unless you decide that, this is that one game that you're really going to put everything forth. This has been, you look at Michigan and how many of these guys have kind of quit on the season already. I mean, impressive they even got to 6 wins, to be honest with you, with where things started. But, I mean, 2 teams going in completely opposite directions. Michigan's ready to end the season. I guess they're bowl eligible, aren't they? Is it 6 wins still, or is it 7 wins now you guarantee yourself?
Michigan is bowl. They clinched. They're actually
Yes, they're
good.
already in.
Yeah, they're in already.
I mean, we know what's at stake essentially for Ohio State. Win, and you continue to force yourself into the playoff, keep yourself in a bye situation, which is also huge. And, if not having the opportunity to play at home is huge in these playoffs with how things have changed now with the format. So, obviously there's still motivation. At the same time, though, 3 touchdowns is a big number. And you look at a total of, 20, and we got a total of 41 for the game. I mean, this is telling you they expect this thing to be a, complete Michigan collapse in terms of what they've been doing. And it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Michigan's been putrid against stronger defenses. We've seen what, they've been able to do to them. And I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, if this game did turn into a rout. If I was going to look at something in this one, it's hard for me to get on the side in terms of how big the numbers are. I do think we are going to see another somewhat of a defensive struggle. I know the only way that Michigan wins this game is to beat them up on the ground, drag this game, and try to make this clock disappear. Under 41 to me would be the play if I had to take something in this game. I am a hater of both of these teams. Thank goodness Oregon is there because I can't stand the Big Ten. So I'm pleased to see what the West Coast has come in and done there quickly. But at the same time, hard to go anywhere but Ohio State today. I feel like we say the same thing every week, though. I mean, They handled business last week with Indiana in what was the biggest game in that program's history. And, I think that, again, this is going to be a lot of pressure on Ohio State over Michigan. Michigan with nothing to lose, already in the bowl, like you said, and Ohio State win and you get in, basically. So, a lot of pressure on them.
Ohio State will actually play Oregon in that rematch.
Yes, they will.
For the big title. If they win this.
Yes, they will. We have a future on Oregon to win the Big Ten. We have a future on Oregon to win the whole thing. So I will be.
That was a great call on Oregon, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's as far as they've come already.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a little bit of it was a discredit to the Pac-12. I think the Pac-12 is stronger than people thought, top to bottom. But it's hard to tell when you're not venturing out of your conference like we have seen now. And with this, complete line change, you look top to bottom, and the West Coast has done really well. I mean, Arizona State, look at what they've done out of nowhere. I mean, Utah, with the exception of all those injuries, they were right there. I mean, their biggest issue was, the injuries, or they were the big favorite to handle business. You look at what, a lot of these other programs from the West Coast have done, and it speaks volumes. So I think that obviously it's tough with the travel situation and the nonsensical endless miles, but, it has been interesting to see. And this is something I've been hoping for a long time with this playoff. So excited to see it happen.
Yeah, it's really, like I said, this is one of the bigger rivalries of the day, of the week. So super excited about this game.
You talked about South Carolina Clemson too. I lean Clemson in this one. South Carolina's been, the complete Jekyll and Hyde, and so is Clemson. I mean, Clemson for a while looked like, maybe this team is going to be really, legit after what we were questioning early. What I've seen from them the last couple of weeks, though, is, inefficiency on offense and problems with just basic things. And that really brings concern to me with playing some of these bigger programs. Sweeney refuses to touch the transfer portal, and the NIL situation to him just seems like a foreign language. That's going to catch up if it hasn't already. I mean, you can just see these other teams circling around him with the talent. Clemson's been able to do a good job with what their recruiting style was, and clearly that's changed. Now it's who has the biggest checkbook. So they're going to obviously have to adapt. They've done a nice job with 9 wins this year, but
well, a lot of these older coaches, they refuse. There's
no,
some coaches out there that are just refusing to capitalize off of the portal. They
yeah, and
they are
this
absolutely refusing.
and
And
this truly is adapt or die because
yes,
you're getting run around. There's no matter of old school, new school. This is what's happening. There's no
yep,
more. It's not a matter of get off my lawn. This is how I do it. It's just it's the way of the times now. I mean, you look at. I think the best example would probably be Colorado with what Deion Sanders has done there on so many levels. You know, hate him or love him, you sure want to talk about him. I mean, from
here,
the Heisman candidate to their social media presence to ways to get out there with every age group. So hate them, love them, whatever they've got your attention. And at the end of the day, that's all someone can really try to do on something like this is grab your eyes and let you make a decision from there. But yeah, I think that like I said, I do lean Clemson in this one today. It's going to be a great game. This is more a sit back and watch for me. I will enjoy seeing both of these teams battle a little bit. I lean the over in this one a little bit, over 49. I think that we do see points. I wouldn't be surprised if this was close. And hey, if we see, you dream for overtime if you have a total in the overs for college. So wouldn't surprise me if this one was a battle. Wouldn't be surprised if this one stayed close. And then you said you already had, or you guys were talking about Vanderbilt, Tennessee?
no, if you got something, I skipped it. If you got something for that one, what you got?
I mean, how do you go against Vanderbilt? Tell me.
Yeah,
How do you do it?
they're just
Every
running,
week.
bro.
Every week you want to fade Vanderbilt. Every week you lose. They find a way to do it, and tip your cap to Pavia. Man, that guy has done a great job with. Where was he? New Mexico? Is that what it was before? New Mexico State, something like that. He's
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Pavia has done a phenomenal job at Vanderbilt, and why not cap off the season with what is another just brutal opponent? I mean, SEC schedule as a mid-range team is just a nonstop gauntlet of talent, and hey, here we go again. But 10 points, it definitely worries me. But you know what? Vanderbilt just continues to find a way to do it. I like Vanderbilt team total over 19.5. I think they find a way to get to 20. I think Tennessee has been what we always know from Tennessee. Consistently athletic, consistently inconsistent is the best way to describe this team at times. Insane talent across the board. But just a team that can't win the big game and get it done. Unless you've got, Peyton Manning's got Manning on the back of the jersey. It seems like there's been problems with this program every time it gets to a big situation. I mean, when's the last time we've seen Tennessee in any kind of massive game, in a conference championship, let alone a BCS or, now this playoff system. So, prove me wrong, but Tennessee continues to let down when it comes to the main stage. So give me Vanderbilt plus the 10, lean Vanderbilt over 19.5 as well.
Yep, I lean Vanderbilt here as well. I like what Vanderbilt has been doing. Right now, in this game, it's not a matter of is Vanderbilt going to win this game? No, they're not. I'm sorry. There's no way I see Vanderbilt pulling off a win, but I see them definitely covering this number.
Yep.
Without a doubt, I see them covering this number. I don't think Vanderbilt's going to roll over. They've been playing good football lately. I like what I've seen from Vanderbilt so far. So this is a game I'm not touching, but a game I am interested to see if Vandy can, come out here and keep it close. I mean, the home team has won 8 of Tennessee's last 9 games. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. And where is this one?
It's in Vandy.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So I just want to throw that out there, man. Um, there is a couple trends that are backing Vanderbilt here, especially at First Bank. So all right. The next game that we want to talk about is Kansas and Baylor. So we got Kansas taking on Baylor here. I don't know if I read you guys the lines or not, but I'll read them again anyway. Kansas getting 1 point, Baylor laying 1 point. We got a total of 62.5 in this one. It's slightly favored to the under here. Very high total. So Baylor minus 112 at home, Kansas minus 108. I am on Kansas in this one. They come in 5-6 on the year. Baylor 7-4. Line has not really budged at all. It's been sitting here. Actually, I think the line flipped. I think it opened up as Kansas. I can't be sure, but I think it opened up as Kansas as a favorite. I don't. Let me try to verify that. I think Kansas opened up as a favorite. I might be wrong, so don't hold me to that. I'll look it up. But look, man, I think the Bears. I think the Bears at home are always a good look. Obviously, they just, especially recently, it seems like Baylor can't lose. I mean, they've just really been stacking up the wins, and now you got Baylor's defense. It is ranked 75th in total defense, 77th in scoring defense. To get stops against this Kansas group, that really Kansas, man, they have a really, really big dual threat, man. Like, it's for real, and we have been seeing it all year long. I think we got to go with the Jayhawks here on the road, man. I think this line speaks volumes. Kansas, they have played the better ball. If you ask me, I think they played the tougher competition. I think they've played the better ball throughout the year. Um, and it would make sense that Kansas opened up as a favorite, in my opinion, because here, looking at this line right now, I think the wrong team is favored. I think Kansas should be favored in this game, even though they're on the road. I still think Kansas should be favored in this game. So I'm going to take Kansas on the money line at the minus 108. I think we got a lot of value on them. Give me Kansas here, Callie.
Yeah, I like Kansas today as well. I think that this team's been playing really well last few weeks, won a couple really big games, and a chance to get bowl eligible today, which is key. You look at those teams that are 5 wins, as well as teams that clinched last week. There's a big variance, so I do like Kansas today. Always tough to go with Baylor, tough to go against Baylor, but I do think that what we've seen from Kansas the last 2 weeks shows that they keep getting better, they're healthier, and in as good a position as they can be right now. So I do like them to handle today, get that sixth win, and become bowl eligible. So we'll go with the Jayhawks.
Yep. All right, let's do it. We got Baylor is allowing 26 points per game. Let me see here where we got Kansas, who is, I mean, Jalen Daniels is not terrible, man. I mean, he's not terrible, but the Jayhawks are averaging. Let me see here. I don't know why it's not showing me. It doesn't matter. We're going to stick with Kansas here. I'm not going to try to look any more into it. By the way, I did find it. Kansas did open up as a 1.5 point favorite. Kansas opened up as a 1.5 point favorite, guys, and the line has completely flipped over to Baylor being favored. Also, Baylor has lost 8 of its last 10 home games against conference teams. Baylor has lost 8 of their last 10. Kansas, obviously, we know Kansas has been on a bit of a run. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. Kansas, or yeah, we'll leave it at that. It looks like Kansas has also covered the spread. There's a couple November trends, but it's all pointing towards Kansas basically. So I like it, man. All right, next game, which I actually got a player prop in this game that I like a lot. We got West Virginia taking on Texas Tech. So we got West Virginia coming in getting 3 points. You got Texas Tech laying 3 points. We got a total of 63.5 locked up on both sides at a minus 110. You can catch West Virginia at a plus 114, and you can catch Texas Tech at a minus 135. So this was not an easy game for me. I like West Virginia a lot, man. I really do. Um, I just don't know if I'm ready to fade Texas Tech here. This line is pretty telling. I do think that defense is the thing that stands out to me in this one, meaning I don't trust either one. I mean, let's be real. Do you trust West Virginia's defense? No. I mean, do you trust Texas Tech's? No. Both teams have shown us they can score. I really don't see why we don't go with the total here. I mean, you got the Red Raiders are 126th in total defense, 126th in scoring defense. You got West Virginia, who is 99th in total defense, 98th in scoring defense. I mean, the over has hit in 5 of the last 6 home games that Texas Tech has played. The over has hit in 7 of the last 10 games overall for West Virginia. I mean, I think this is an over spot, man, and that plays right into my player prop, man, that we got here. Um I'm trying to find it right now for y'all. So if you got DraftKings, right? If y'all got DraftKings, you can take the problem is I don't get receptions. But I wanted Josh Kelly. He's going to get targeted a lot. I'm telling you all that right now. He's going to get targeted a lot. So if you have prize picks, underdog, sleeper, anything like that, that I wish I had the advantage to have, man, take his targets, take his receptions. I'm taking his 70 plus receiving yards at a minus 125 on DraftKings because I can't get anything else but receiving yards for him. I think Josh Kelly has a humongous game, bro. I really do. I think he has a huge, huge game. So I'm taking his 70 plus receiving yards here, and it plays right into the over for me. So this is VIP quality for real. So I definitely like it a lot.
I lean Texas Tech in this one, but layoff for me. West Virginia's been up and down every direction. Every time I seem to follow this team, I want to pull my hair out. So
Yeah.
I would lean the over as well. Both these teams we know can get up and down, big play possibilities and capability all the time. 63, obviously high, 63 and a half, but there's a reason why when we see these kind of clubs and how quickly they can score. So wouldn't be surprised this one got out of hand total wise. Number seems pretty correct. And you look at both these team totals in the 30s, tells me that that over 63 seems pretty feasible.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
think I
rarely,
think we
and sorry, I mean to cut you off. Rarely do
no, go
you
ahead.
see a game where both teams are in the 30s.
Yeah, true. That is true. For their team totals, yep,
Baylor, Kansas are both 30 and a half for reference as well
yep.
for their
I
team.
I like the over there too. So I mean, dude, it's a big week for college football, man. It really is. This is a big week for college football, and I'm expecting some really good games. Really good games means points.
Yeah,
Always a
college
chance, always a chance of overtime in a lot of these games. It's
yeah,
just that
college is always
weekend. All right. Louisville versus Kentucky. Callie, if I skip any games that you want to talk about, man, let me know. Same
I'm
with
on.
the chat.
I'm on Illinois today. Before we skip that, are we gonna go? Were you gonna talk about Illinois?
Nope.
I'm
Go
on
ahead. What you got?
Illinois, but I'm on Illinois minus the 9. Um, I think that uh, Illinois has, quietly been put. I mean, 8 wins for Illinois quietly,
Mm,
and they got us our max play winner last week on that miraculous finish. Wouldn't surprise me if they carry that momentum over today. Northwestern, nothing to play for, no chance for bowl eligibility. And I think that Louisville, or excuse me, that Illinois with a chance to get to 9 wins is a massive goal for them. So give me a. I keep saying Louisville. I got my head stuck on it. Give me
mm.
Illinois minus the 9. I think that they get. I think that they handle business. I would also look at leaning Northwestern under 17 today. I think they
Ooh,
struggle. I want to obviously look at what the weather report is over there, but I mean, they're still in that makeshift stadium, which is awesome, but they're in that kind of makeshift stadium this year, still right on the water, cold, windy, wet, definitely kind of stuck with the elements. And a lot of that true with the entire country out on the East Coast with this time of the year, week by week, it's going to get colder and wetter and windier.
yep, yep, without a doubt.
So give me the
I
Illini.
just put I just put something together here because I like Illinois as well. I don't trust Northwestern at all. They always have the capability of getting their asses stomped.
Yeah,
So I like Illinois a lot. I put Illinois together with Tennessee,
yeah,
but I'm gonna take Tennessee off because I know it sounds a little crazy, but there is a slight chance Vandy might pull it out. So I think we should try to find another parlay piece. But I am keeping Illinois on my list here as we move down, where I'm going to find something to parlay with Illinois' money line. I think Illinois' money line is a gem. And don't get me wrong, people were like, no shit, it's a gem. It's a minus 345. No, sir. Don't ever get that twisted. That 345 or that minus 380 for Tennessee, there are certain gems, man. You have to work just as hard to find a big money line parlay piece than you do for a spread. I swear to God. So don't ever get that twisted, man. Just because that bitch is a 360 or 380, that means absolutely dog shit.
yeah. Take all the favorites and let me know how that works out.
Exactly. So you really do have to pick your spots, guys, when you're parlaying money line pieces. That's why I'm always so cautious doing it. And I really don't do it much because of that reason. All right, let's keep it moving, man. We ain't got much time left. What game were we going to talk about?
You were going to talk about
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville and Kentucky. All right, so we got Louisville laying 4 points, Kentucky getting 4 points. We got a total of 49.5. Slightly favored to the under here. You can catch Louisville at a minus 185. You can catch Kentucky at a plus 154. Kentucky for me. The Cardinals have been the better team. I do think that it is absolutely correct they're favored here. But they also had their chances, bro. And, they had chances to put together some wins. They had chances to prove themselves. And as soon as you're like, man, Louisville actually got something good going, man, they throw it right in your face, man. They always are just mediocre in my opinion. I mean, I think Kentucky, they have nothing to play for, but this is still a rivalry at the end of the day, and it's senior night. Kentucky, they won 5 straight games against Louisville. They won 5 of their last 6 overall. I mean, what is there not to like about Kentucky here? You know, I know it's been a down season for Kentucky, and I get that, guys, but you got to look at the bigger picture here. This is a team that has nothing to play for. This is a team on senior night. This is a team that is in a rivalry game against a team that they absolutely own. Kentucky owns Louisville, plain and simple. The crowd is going to be going crazy tonight for this game. I mean, I'm sorry. I think Kentucky wins this game outright, bro. Like it's not even a question for me. I love Kentucky today. Give me Kentucky plus the 154.
Yeah, I hate both these teams right now. Louisville is just complete Jekyll and Hyde. We saw that collapse against Stanford a couple weeks ago, and just big concerns me. Kentucky at the same time, almost takes down number one a few weeks ago. It seems like, and they've just kind of been going sideways since then. Struggles we knew there were going to be struggles offensively, but a team that was going to really rely on its defense has had major issues. Both of these teams I can't stand. So
Mm.
easy layoff for me today on this one.
All right, fair enough. We got Duke versus Wake Forest. We got Duke coming in. See what Duke's been up to here. We got Duke coming in at a minus 166, Wake Forest at a plus 140. Wake Forest is getting 3.5 points at home. Duke is laying 3.5 points on the road. And we got a total of 53. And it looks like it is slightly favored to the over here. We know Wake Forest has had a really down year. I don't even think they have a winning record, to be honest with you. I do like Duke here. I'm not going to lie to you. The line is a little suspect to me. I thought Duke would have came in, but I haven't been paying attention to either one of these teams to be fair. So, I would have thought Duke would have been a bigger favorite here. I had Duke down as like a 6 point favorite in this game or something, but again, I haven't been paying attention, so my numbers could be way off. Um, they're on a 2 game winning streak right now, it looks like, for Duke. They just put up in their last 2 games, looks like they put up 31-29. Um, they are damn, Duke actually has a pretty good record, man. If they win here, it's going to be their 9th win of the season.
Yep.
Um, go ahead.
Yeah, no, another team that's quietly having a really good year.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised.
We get so caught up with the playoffs that we forget some of these 8-win teams that are really having a nice year already. And this is good. Cheers to Duke. I mean, your quarterback leaves, goes to Notre Dame. Definite questions in what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
they've done a nice job in the last season and a half. Really, not really turning things around, because Duke has been a program that is respected now, but to keep themselves relevant and to have this kind of a season is impressive and very much off the radar. You ask how many people, I asked 10 people how many wins Duke has. I guarantee you none of them probably get it right.
No, I had no idea, bro. I didn't know they were playing this good. I mean, I'm looking at everything right now. I'm looking at their ranks. Just between FBS teams, bro, they look great. Um, and they're going into a game right now. Wake Forest defense has been trash, bro. Wake Forest defense has been horrible. Bro, look at these last few games. 42, 31, 46 points. They lost 3 games straight. They gave up 42, 31, 46. Now you're playing a Duke team. Man, we are looking at Duke's team total in this game. Give me 1 second here. Anything I'm comfortable, man. Seriously. For Duke, I'm comfortable anything around 30 mark. Um so you're getting Duke at they got their team total touchdowns at 3.5 at a plus 100. Okay, cool. So you can catch Duke's team total at a 27.5 at a minus 130. I fucking love that. You can get the over 28.5 at a minus 110, over 29.5 at a minus 105. I love it. Give me the over 27.5 minus 130 for Duke's team total, man.
Very nice. Yeah, can't disagree with you at all. They've done a nice job. I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
All right. And you could lay that number too. The Duke money line is a really solid play here as well. That might be our go ahead to start our day off here. It's still a 12 o'clock game. Let's go ahead and put Duke in there. The only thing I don't like about it is they're on the road, but you know what? So is Illinois. That brings us to a plus 106, man. We got Duke money line and Illinois money line at a plus 106. Uh, Maybe we'll find something down the road, but for right now, that might be the one I put in for my 12 o'clock slate. Because right now, the only bet I have in for my 12 o'clock slate is the receiving yards for Josh Kelly. But this might actually make the cut here. So I like it. All right, let's keep it rolling, Cal. We got Pitt. Looks like the next game we're heading to is Pitt versus Boston College. You know what? Matter of fact, this is a 3 o'clock game. I'm pulling the trigger on that. Cal, you like that Duke in Illinois, or do you have a better money line parlay I could put in?
If I was going to look at any other piece, I would either look at. I think Arizona State will dominate today. I do like Arizona State over Arizona.
I need
Um,
a 12 o'clock parlay.
9 a.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, yep.
Let's see. My best number. I mean, there's a couple ways you could look at it. You could get with, if you want to be riskier, you could look at Kentucky, the Kentucky side of it, and go Duke money line, Kentucky money line. You could look at Duke money line, Illinois money line. I like you said. The other one that I looked at was the Army game. I think that Army will handle Texas San Antonio today. I think completely different styles here. I think maybe a few weeks ago we have a better game, but I think that these teams are going in different directions, and I think that the eyes are a little bit off Army after what we saw Notre Dame do, and that's not a surprise. Notre Dame is a completely different program than what Army is. Army is having one of the best years ever, and yeah, they get blitzed out of the water. That happens. That's what happens when you play a program drastically more talented than you and bigger, stronger, better players. But I think we're right back to going after Army again. I mean, I expect ball control. I expect them to handle business. I think that under a touchdown is good. So minus 220, minus 230 on the money line for Army wouldn't be a bad piece if you're going to add that as well.
All right, I think that might be it. I think it's between Army and Duke. The mix with Illinois. It's
Flip a
between
coin.
Army and Duke.
Flip a coin. Make it easy on your brain.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in. It's going to be Duke. It's going to be Duke and Illinois for me. I'm putting it in right now. Bets placed. All right. It came out to a plus 106. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. My fault, but I had to put that in just in case we're not done. All right, next game we got Pitt taking on Boston College, y'all. We got Pitt taking on Boston College. This should be a great game. We got Pitt getting 3.5 points. Boston College home laying 3.5 points. We got a total of 51. You can catch Boston College at a minus 170. You can catch Pittsburgh at a plus 142 in this game. Like I said, this should be a great game, man. I like Pitt a lot. Even their basketball program is awesome. If you guys didn't watch that basketball game, Pitt's basketball game yesterday, let's fucking go. I don't know if you guys remember. I gave you guys Pitt to win that game. And bro, they hit a three with 1 second left on the clock to win 91-90. It was an awesome, awesome fucking game yesterday. Pitt did pull out the win. Just incredible game. But obviously, this is the football program. So we do have a bit of a difference here because right now they're on a 4 game losing streak right now. Pitt is their football program. And they're back on the road for this game. So I I don't know if I trust them. They're not looking good. Their defense has been struggling. You know, they got a backup quarterback in. So Pitt is just banged up in so many different ways. I mean, they in their last 4 games they have given up 24 points or more, you know? and they're struggling with their backup in, man. You know, Boston College has won two of their last three games. They have played really good football. I mean, look at the game against SMU. They played extremely well versus SMU, man. Um, you know, Boston College defense is just horrible this year, and I don't know if I don't know if we can really trust Boston College, but I do not trust Pitt neither. So I'm going to take the over here. I don't trust either one of these defenses. I really have seen maybe Boston College's team total might be where I go. By the way, I just want to put this out there. The line has opened up at a 5. It's now at a 3.5, moving heavily in favor of Pitt. So this line movement is telling me that Pitt is the right side to be on, because I can't imagine anyone betting Pitt except for, you know, the bigger betters. Maybe some sharp money coming in on Pitt in this game. So I do think Pitt is the right side. I think maybe the over might be the safer play here. Cal, you got anything for this?
No, absolutely not. I do not have a do not have a play, do not have a feel on this game.
All right, yeah, I can't neither, so I'm probably just going to pass on this one as well and not put anything in. Looking at this, man, even the total between head-to-head games between these two have gone back and forth. I mean, everything is split down the middle between these two teams when they play head to head. The over has hit twice in their last four. The under has hit twice in their last four. Pitt has won twice in their last four. Uh, Boston College has won twice in their last four. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. Let's just stay off of this one. All right, Notre Dame taking on USC. This is a better one. Um, See if I can find this game. What time is this game?
It is later today. It's this afternoon.
Oh, that's why I can't find it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
it's 3:30. All right,
yeah.
so we got Notre Dame laying 7. We got USC getting 7. We got a total of 53. Notre Dame is at a minus 258. USC is at a plus 210. Callie, what do you got for this one, man? I wanna go off you. What do you got for this one?
I have questions with which USC team is going to show up. I mean, it seems like each week we're getting a completely different team. You know, for a while it seemed like the better program they were playing, the better they were responding, and I just am not sure. I mean, decent win last week. I had UCLA, and that was a disappointing finish, but I just think these are two teams going in different directions. I think obviously USC with good talent as we're used to, but they just have not been able to find it and keep it together all year. I think that Notre Dame knows this is win and get in. 10-1 with what they've done so far. Obviously, that loss early in the year was brutal, but they've done a good job of recouping and bouncing back, and they've really been dominant. The last couple of weeks, they haven't given up more than 14 points in the last 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the last 6 weeks they haven't given up more than 14 points in a single game. Not the most treacherous of opponents, but at the same time, I mean, they've only given up over 14 points in one game this season, and that was to Louisville. So. You give credit where credit is due, and the defense has been really solid. Give me the under in this game. I think a little bit probably underrated. I think that, people see these two teams and expect offense. I think it's more of a defensive struggle than we expect. 52.5 is a pretty good number to me. 21.5 team total for USC, a little bit high as well. I worry if they're going to be able to to run the ball and be able to set up some play action. I think there's concerns. I think USC's offensive line, obviously some issues, and we've seen what Notre Dame has been able to do defensively all year. So under 52.5 would be my lean in this one. Um, and everything to play for Notre Dame, and basically just a spoiler with a very low base bowl game for the Trojans this year. So, what do they have to play for? Are they interested? That's a bigger question, but we know we'll get a motivated Notre Dame squad.
Yep. Um, my problem with Notre Dame here is uh I I've not seen Notre Dame in a true road game. This is a true road game. You're heading into USC. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I seen Notre Dame in a true road game, and they're playing a big rival here. I mean, this is a rivalry game, um, and the one thing that keeps bringing me back, man, is when USC stepped up big against Penn State. It was earlier in the year. You also got to think it's senior night in USC. I think this game could go under as well, meaning that these points become a lot more valuable. Um, Listen, I'm not going to go as far as saying as USC pulls an upset here, but you have a chance to really play spoiler here. It's senior night. We have not seen Notre Dame in a true road game much this year at all. Um, I'm just saying, man. Trojans, they are the most inconsistent team you could possibly ever try to back. So because you never know what team you're going to get, like Callie said. But here, like I said, I just keep thinking about that Penn State game, man, and you know that was a huge step up spot, just like this is, and I don't know, man. I like USC in the points here. I agree with Callie on the under as well. I just think it's hard not to take these points on senior night. Now, if we have seen Notre Dame in a couple road games, or seen them, just playing in some true road games, uh, in the better half of the year, I would probably be looking at Notre Dame here because they are clearly the better team. But all that plays into effect, man, especially when a team is playing spoiler. So nothing gets these kids hyped more than to throw a wrench in another team's spokes, especially a team like Notre Dame that you have already a rivalry against. So I definitely like USC here, and I'm with Callie on the over as well. Next game we got Miami playing Syracuse. Oh my. All right, so we got Miami coming in the building, man. So we got Miami laying 11 and a half points on the road here. Syracuse getting 11. We got a pretty big total here, man. Maybe one of the biggest totals of the day. 67 points for this total here. It's favored to the over. Miami is a minus 380. Syracuse is a plus 300. We know Miami's coming in 10-1. They've had a really good year. Syracuse, another team like Cali was talking about, quietly playing good football, right? Miami comes into this game with just one loss, man. They have had a couple of games where I think Miami should be like, 9-2 right now or something like that. There's a couple spots where Miami could have really lost the game that they ended up pulling out. But there's no doubt about it. You can't tell me different. Miami has the best offense in the country. I'm sorry, you can't tell me any different. Miami's offense is incredible. Um, but their defense. Their defense is definitely something that needs to be worked on, and they can get scored on. Now, Syracuse is, I don't know how to put it. Syracuse has a good passing attack. Like they have one of the more sneakier uh they have one of the more sneakier downfield threats than people think. Like this team has an incredibly good passing attack that is not talked about much. One thing we know that Syracuse is going to come in here and do, guys, they are going to throw the ball all over Miami's defense, and you better believe it. I know Miami well, and I'm telling you, with Syracuse, man, they are going to throw the ball all over Miami's defense. It's not even a question to me. That is going to be their game plan coming into this game. Miami's only weakness is their defense. Syracuse has a great passing attack. They are going to utilize that. So I think we see plenty of points in this game. There's no way that we should shy away from the over just because it's so high. We are going to see points in this game. I'm trying to find Miami's. I mean, I'm trying to find Syracuse. I'm trying to find McCord. I don't know what his passing yards are or what we have for Syracuse's team total. I think Miami wins. I truly do. I think Miami wins. I'm just not sure if it's by the number. So you can get McCord. Yeah, they're not giving us too much love here. You can get not at all, bro. McCord 322 passing yards at a minus 120. Fuckers. Callie, what you got for this one, man? I'm looking. It looks like it's going to end up being an over for me, man.
Yeah, I'd lean the over. I don't see either of these teams being able to get too many stops. I mean, Miami finds a way to win, but boy, I'm not impressed with them to say the least. We know Syracuse wants to throw the ball all over the place. We know that defense is questionable. I think that I would lean over. 67 again, a high total, but tell me that either of these teams couldn't get into the 30s, if not the 40s. So wouldn't surprise me at all. I think
Yeah, not
Miami.
at all.
If Miami wins, they win going away. If Syracuse stays in it or wins, it's going to be a high scoring back and forth game.
Yep. I agree with you 100%, man. I think this is going to be a big, a big high scoring offensive game. I think a lot of people are going to really be impressed with Syracuse passing attack today. So look for McCord to have a big game, guys. That's what I'm looking for. McCord to have a big game. We know Ward's going to have a big game. Just I just hate they kind of got us on the pricing here for McCord. So maybe it wasn't a sneaky play as much as I thought it was because the books are all over it. All right. Let's keep it pushing, man. Definitely like the over there. If you guys find a good price on McCord's passing yards, take it. Syracuse team total, I think, is another pretty solid look. All right, we got Auburn taking on Alabama. We got Auburn taking on Alabama. We got Auburn coming in at a DraftKings on to load. All right, so we got Auburn. So this is 3:30. We got Auburn getting 10.5 points. Alabama laying 10.5. We got a total of 52.5 in this game. Um, Look, man, you got Alabama 8-3, Auburn 5-6. Alabama is the much better team. The line opened up at 11.5. It's now at a 10.5, slightly moving in favor of Auburn. I'm all over Bama here. This is a big rivalry game, man. The Tigers have had uh I don't want to say yeah, it's been a pretty bad season, I would say, for Auburn, right? But honestly, would that make it would make a big difference for them if they won this game. I think it would. I mean, this is a huge rivalry game against one of the best teams in the country. Alabama is coming off of a bad loss against Oklahoma. And if they lose this game, man, I mean, god damn, can you imagine if Alabama lost this game, bro? Um, I mean, they only scored 3 points in last week's game. And you are playing a pretty good Auburn defense here. I mean, if I had anything to say good about Auburn, I would probably talk about their defense. If I had to talk about anything about Auburn, it would be their defense. But you got a Alabama team that just scored 3 points last week. Like there is no way that we can expect that to happen again. I think Alabama comes out here firing. They you got a huge letdown spot for Auburn here. Um, I mean, it's just a classic flip flop. You got Auburn, who just upset Texas A&M last week. You got Alabama, right? Alabama, who just got upset against Oklahoma last week, and now it's a huge letdown spot for Auburn, and it is a huge get right spot for Alabama. I'm laying the chalk here. Give me Alabama in this one.
Broke
Callie,
up.
you got anything for this game?
Sorry, you broke up on me. No, I want to lean Auburn, just purely with the points. I mean, Alabama just. Who are you this year? I can't figure it out. Milroe went from looking fabulous to looking disastrous. I just endless questions for them. It's a layoff for me today, with both these teams going in the directions they are. I would lean this one again. I do think that we see points, but at the same time, I just don't have the confidence in either of these teams right now to either one score or two make a stop. So it's a pretty easy layoff for me. Way too many points for Bama though. 10.5 is just entirely too high right now. So I would lean the Tigers.
All right, all right. Um, all right, Callie. What we're about to do? It's almost 12 o'clock. We got 10 minutes until kickoff. Uh, let's go over any games that I missed. Obviously, we have a whole night slate that I didn't talk about. Uh, is there any games that you feel like you must talk about right now that you want to give out? I wouldn't say we'll talk about them. Let's just give out some plays, and then we'll end the space.
Army -6. I think Army's a good teaser point as well. If you're interested, tease them, parlay them, whatever it may be. I think that Army is a good point. South Carolina went down to +2.5 now. So obviously that is telling you something. Like we said, Vanderbilt is now down to +9 as well. So pretty major move on Vandy in this one. Of the morning, I mean, not best bets, but leans and what I'm looking at. I'd look at Army, I'm looking at South Carolina. I am looking at Vandy. We're looking at Duke. Duke at -155, -160. Looking at Illinois. And like we said, maybe this is the time make that parlay piece together. Illinois with Army is not bad. Illinois with a couple other pieces we looked at as well. So yeah, those are leans and some plays mixed in this morning for the 9 a.m. slate. So I guess we're just 10 minutes away.
All right, all right. So I will, like I said, guys, I'm gonna do a show later on. I'll try to mix some of these later games into the later show. But right now, I would say my favorite bet I told you guys I already put in, which is going to be the Illinois and Duke money line parlay. And then I really think that we should not be sleeping on Kansas here. Uh, any games that we did not talk about? I think Florida State. I think that Florida State and Florida game probably goes over. I'm not loving it though. Virginia and Virginia Tech. There is a play I like in this one when it comes to. Let me see here. Actually, I can't give it to you guys because I'm not getting any player props. All right. All right, that's it. I'll try to fit in the other games later on tonight. Cal, you got a best bet for today?
Yeah, I got a top play for today. 3% play. I got LSU for free for everybody right here.
Let's
Great spot.
go.
Great spot after Oklahoma last week with the upset. I think that LSU at home at night is a terrific spot coming off what was a disastrous week last week. For the Tigers, I think they bounced back. I think they handled business tonight, and I think what we saw from Oklahoma at home is going to be a very different story tonight in Baton Rouge. So I think that Tigers handled business, like it under the touchdown, got it at 6.
Dude, love that. Appreciate it, man. I mean, you cashed us out on Ohio yesterday. I'm tailing you on LSU tonight. I mean,
Well,
let's fucking go.
after the Raiders miracle saving me with my Chiefs parlays yesterday,
Can you fucking believe that?
I ended up taking the Raiders at 11-1 before the game just for
So,
some fun, and then when it got to about what was it, maybe 7 minutes left, I took the Raiders at +6, so I ended up middling on those parlays with that,
that's beautiful.
but that was a heart attack. I mean, and could the Raiders lose in any more expected
No.
fashion than that? Like,
Fuck no.
could it have made any more sense than it to be that
I,
ugly of an
I was
ending?
so mad. I had
I
a
was shaking
Raiders
my head but
money line
laughing at the
before
same
the
time.
game. I
Between
had the
that and
Raiders money line before the fucking game, bro, and I don't even know. You can't make that up. I mean, you just can't make that up.
a
But
walk in the park cover.
Jesus, man. All right, I'm gonna give you guys my best bet, man. We are going with Josh Kelly, 70 plus receiving yards, to start our day. So that's my best bet. I will be doing a show later on tonight, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. Enough time for us to talk about the better games in the late college basketball slate. We'll throw in some college football in there as well. And I will try to touch on, well, not try, we are going to touch on some NBA. Our NBA picks have been way too hot for us to fade away from. So I will be doing a show on that tonight, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Callie, you are more than welcome to show up if you want. I'll send you a request, and if you can make it, you can make it. If not, man, no problem at all. Appreciate you being here again today, Callie, to talk to Slate with me. Um, and yeah, man. You want to go ahead and tell anyone anything you got going on? Any
Yeah,
last thoughts?
yeah, it's we're running out of our college football Saturdays. Who would think another year has gone by? It's wild, but yeah, I'm running a couple specials. Can always find me on all of the social outlets at California Wager on Twitter or X or whatever you're calling it these days. California Wager on Insta, and always happy to answer any questions, get you guys set up with any VIP situations. I have a dub club as well. Had that for about 5 years now. And then I do have a private service, which I have a bunch of specials right now. I'm running $25 through the end of the year for all access. Just make sure you mention Plug's show, and I'll get you guys hooked up with that. And then I have a bunch of 50% specials and other options for all packages, all for 2025, and everything else we have. So we'll be back at it, through the rest of the year. College baseball will be around the corner again, which we dominated last year. And yeah, it's been a nice run. College basketball has been good. We're 11-1 in our last 12 plays in college basketball as well. So it's been
God damn.
been nice and consistent. So, but yeah, college football Saturdays is here, and hopefully I will be able to pop in and chat with you later on today as well for the afternoon slate. There's some very good games later today.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt, man. All right. Like I said, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Callie, thank you for coming on. You guys are the reason that Plug Talk keeps running. You guys keep showing up, so will I. I am doing partnership with 12 Ounce Sports now. We will be posted on their website. We will be posted on their YouTube channel. Nothing changes, guys. Nothing changes with Plug Talk. It's still Plug Talk. It's just basically a partnership where, I'm expanding a little bit with 12 Ounce Sports. I'm just expanding the reach here. I'm also going to be probably starting to write for their website, or their blog, I should say, as well. And we're going to see where this thing goes, man. 12 Ounce Sports, go check them out, please. Go check out their YouTube channel, follow them on Twitter. Just check them out, man. They're not so much of a betting group as they are just sports information and sports talk, which is really a breath of fresh air, because we are involved in talking sports through a betting perspective all day. That's all we look at as sports, through a betting perspective. So it's kind of nice to mix it up and chop it up with someone who don't look at sports through a betting perspective. So it's kind of it's really a mutual partnership here between Plug Talk and 12 ounce sports. So I couldn't deny their offer. I denied a couple offers already in the last couple months, and I just can't no more. So I did choose them. So I'm pretty excited about it to see where it goes. But like I said, nothing changes with Plug Talk, guys. We're doing the same thing every day. Nothing changes. All right. Appreciate all you guys, man. Callie, hopefully I'll see you this afternoon. Thank you for coming on this morning. Good luck with all your bets today, guys. Let's make today a winning one. And look for Plug Talk college basketball, NBA, and college football show, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight. I'll see you guys then.